Hi guys, and welcome back to the Lottery Club. Sorry, this is being taken quite a bit of time before I'm able to get this to you, but I'm gonna do this really rushed. I've been busy lately, so hopefully I could get this out in time for at least some of you guys to be able to, get the lottery picks just before the lottery game. All right, so let's first of all go back to September 1st, 2021. And in this case, I had three targets, and I also had a long line of numbers from 40 through 1. Now, 40 through 1 generally, that's that long line that, it's just dying to be hit. If you kind of look at one of the targets, 4041 was there. Unfortunately, it did not hit, so that makes tonight's game interesting. All right. So I'm going to be guessing 40 and 41 as the two numbers that most likely will hit tonight. But for right now, let's go through what was hit with the three targets, 19 and 32. All right, and the rest of the numbers, there you go, 8, 9, 13, 19, 29, and 32. So this one, there was a lot of predictions here, which I've also had 22, 23 in there, and I also thought that there was going to be at least one target or two targets, 21, 34, or 39 that would be struck, but none of it did. So that again will make tonight interesting. All right, so we're going to take the line of 40 through 1, and then we're going to make that the hot, long line of numbers, meaning that the probability of it hitting tonight is pretty strong. All right, so let's go ahead and have a look at the September 4th, 2021, and then the three new targets here. We got one target, 24 through 28, the second target, 37 through 41, and the third target, 41 through 1. And if you notice that 40 through 1 actually matches two of the targets, 40 through 1. And you'll also notice that 41 has repeated twice. So this is why this is going to be an interesting game tonight, because again, that 40 and 41 seems to be pretty strong. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go and put that aside, and let's have a look at the next two targets here, which is the build-ups. All right, so we didn't have build-ups last time, but we do have build-ups here. So build-up, for anyone who has been following this, will realize that 12, 13, and 18, and 19 is going to build up. So either you're going to have an 11, a 14, a 17, or a 20 in there somewhere, right? So there is no comparison between those two targets with the three targets that's below it. So we're going to have a look at other results. Now, what I did not do in the last game is I did not include what I basically call a pattern, right? So there is actually another pattern, and from now on I'm just going to go ahead and include it because the pattern really came out strong the last 2 or 3 games. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what this looks like, and remember, the lottery doesn't like one of two things. It doesn't like long line of numbers, and it also doesn't like patterns, right? So if something looks neat, it generally likes to blow it out of the water, right? So I'm going to use some examples here from past games, so you guys get a good comparison as far as one game to the next and how this whole thing works, right? So let's go to patterns. All right. So here, the pattern is, and this is for one of the dates, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. That's a nice, neat pattern. And again, the lottery looks at that and generally wants to break that all apart because it wants to scramble everything, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but that's generally how it works. So we're gonna have this is the result for July 27th, 2027. And let's have a look at the result. All right, so there's your result. You got the 1 and the 5. Which cancels out, the lottery game for this, in this case, right? So let's go to the very next game, which is July 31st, 2021. And again, there's your pattern, 42, 44, 2, and 4. Okay, now in this case, let's have a look at the result. 9, 10, 24, 25, 30, and 37 did not match any of the numbers above. So what you do is you take that pattern and you put it aside and have a look at the very next game for August 4th. And let's have a look at the results for for this. And you'll notice something interesting in this case, right? You'll notice that there are 3 lines of numbers here: 4 through 12, 2 through 10, and 6 through 12. A lot of repeated numbers, which means that you got a good possibility that some of these numbers are going to hit. 1 at the very least, and 2 high probability, right, in this case. So you'll see a lot of 6 and 8s and 10s, 4s. So and then of course you've got also a line of numbers there from 18 through 26, and you really got to consider looking at the 42, 44, 2, and 4, okay, because the one that misses does hit most of the time for the very next game. If it misses twice, you could bet that it's going to hit that very next game, right? So 42, 44, 2, and 4, again, you'd be looking at for this particular game, right? So let's have a look. All right, there's your result: 10, 12, 29, 33, 39, and 42. And look at this, guys. 10 hit, 12 hit, the 18 through 26 missed, and 42 hit. All right, so there's your basically your 3 numbers from that long line, of sequenced, or not sequence numbers, but patterns, right? So it does work. It does work. All right, so let's go to the missed numbers. We'll put that aside, and what we'll do is we'll go to the result for August 7th, 2021. And there's your pattern right there: 17, 21, 20, 17, 19, 21, 23, and 25, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And again, pay close attention to the missed patterns, right? Okay, so the result here is 1, 2, 5, 7, 18, and 37. All right, and you'll notice here again that the 2 numbers above it missed, all right? So there's your first missed. However, 18 did hit. All right. So now we take that out, and we'll save the 2 at the bottom here, and let's have a look at the August 11th results here. All right. So again, 3 lines of numbers. All right. Make sure you pay attention to the missed numbers, and you'll notice here on the missed numbers, 4 and 6, or should I say the missed numbers, including the game above it. Does match 4 and 6, right? So that's generally, where you want to have a look, but you got to be careful because the lottery does weird things, all right? It does weird things. So what may seem to be obvious is not, all right? And so what we'll do is we'll have a look at the result: 15, 20, 21, 24, 31, and 42. Notice that 4 and 6 did not come up. However, 31 on the first line, 24 on the second line. Look at this, guys. 42 on the third line, 21 on the missed line, and look at this, missed for the 4, 6, 8, and 10. So there we looked at 4 and 6 and lost, the kind of focus on all the other kind of numbers, but that most of the time it does hit. Most of the time it does hit. Excuse me. Okay, so we got double missed: 4, 6, 8, and 10. All right, so what we'll do is we'll clear up everything here. Keep that 4, 6, 8, and 10 double missed. Now we know there's a good probability that one of these 4 numbers are going to hit for August 14th. And look at this, guys. 4, 6, 8, and 10 repeats. So now that confirms it. All right. Now, are you guys willing to guess? Let's have a look. 4. There you go. All right. So 4, 24, 26, 36, 39, and 42. And 4 does hit. All right. All right. So now clears the whole thing up, and here you'll notice for August 18th, no results. And this does come out occasionally. It does come out occasionally, right? All right, so now we're going to look at August 21st, 2021, and let's have a look at the results. There we have 1, 5, 8, 11, 14, and 29. So the first line there, missed, pretty close though. All right, if you notice, there's 14 there, and 8 does hit. So that clears up the 4, 6, 8, and 10. And we're going to keep that on the bottom: 13, 15, 17, 19, and 21. And look at the August 25th, 2021 results. And you'll notice again that the missed line matches the top line. So this is again what you really want to focus on, right? So you just make sure that you play these, at least one of these, 5 numbers right here. All right. So the result, 11, 14, 15, 18, 30, and 34. All right. So that now cancels out the 15. And look at that. Second line cancels out the 14. All right. Third line, the third line is missed. The fourth line, 34 hits. The fifth line misses. All right. So again, out of all these, numbers, you'll notice that there is, a good probability that any of these numbers can hit. And again, I'm trying to find that target and where the lottery wants to kind of break things apart, and it did work in this case, right? So now let's go ahead and we'll clear up all the numbers and keep the 2 that it missed. All right, here we go. This is the result for August 28, 2021, and let's have a look at the 2 lines here, 44, 2, 4, and 6. This is something you really want to pay attention to. But I also noticed something else, guys. 2, 4, and 6. Look at that. Look how many 2, 4, and 6s are out there. All right. So these are now, in this case, because there's a confirmation with the missed line, it's something that you want to really kind of focus, right? So let's go ahead and have a look at the other numbers. In this case, it's the 8, 10, and the 10. Now, in this case, it did not match really the missed numbers. There is a probability that 8, 10, and can repeat, but still I would be putting my focus on that 44, 2, 4, and 6. All right, let's have a look at the results. Okay, there you go. Look at that. Number 4 hit. Number 6, look at that. So number 6 hit, right? Multiple times. All right, let's go to the third one. Look at that. 12 hit. All right, that's on the first line. All right, and 43 on one of the missed numbers. All right, so there you go. You got 4 out of 6. Okay, and so what we're going to do here, you'll notice that literally, most of these numbers hit. It kind of clears things up again, and the other thing too is that it kind of builds up. So anything that's missed, you want to pay attention to. And basically, whatever you pick, be sure that you pick, the ones that generally miss. You could still look at, obviously, the other numbers as a comparison, but always focus on the missed numbers, right? Here we go. September 1st. Now we have a blank slate, right? Starts all over again. And here we have a row of numbers here, 39, 41, 43, 1, and 3. And the result, look at that, guys. It missed. All right, September 1st. Okay, for tonight's game, look at this. All right, so we have missed numbers. And tonight's game, we have all these results. All right, so again, do we want to go 4, 6, and 8? Do we want to repeat these? Even though none of these really match, the missed numbers, I probably would go 4, 6, and 8. And we already know that I'm thinking 41 from the other kind of results. And also, if you remembered for the build-ups, it does match a lot of these numbers. So I would probably focus on the build-ups, the targets, the 41, and kind of play within that kind of range. So I think 17 was one of them. I'll have to kind of refer back, but that's about the direction I would go for September 4th, tonight's game. All right. Good luck, everyone. Don't forget to press the subscribe button, and let's see, because I unfortunately didn't win the last game, but I did win the 2 prior to that. So I'm shooting for 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 5, I think. 3 out of 5. All right, guys. Have a good weekend and good luck.